Hello everybody and Merry Christmas. Welcome to another video. Today we are here in Vienna, Austria to show you some of the most beautiful Christmas markets that this city has to offer.
I'm from Germany, so I grew up with Christmas markets. To me, it's just part of Christmas. And I might be biased, but I think Europe is one of the most magical places when it comes to Christmas. We haven't been able to go to a lot of Christmas markets in the past few years, so I'm really excited to be here. And we have never been to a Christmas market in Vienna or Austria. So I'm curious to see how it's going to compare. I think it's going to be pretty amazing. We're going to see a few different markets, so let's go.
Our first item of the day is raclette. So we got this raclette with bread and ham on top. And if you don't know what raclette is, it's actually, I guess specifically it is the type of cheese that they use, but they have this big, I guess, half wheel of cheese and they burn it on top, they singe it, and then they scrape it off onto your bread. You can also get potatoes as well, which looked amazing, but we went with the bread. It smells absolutely amazing. This is something that I've never had at a Christmas market before, never in Germany, never in Hungary, anywhere. So I'm very excited for this because we love cheese. Obviously, if you're a fan of cheese, then you will love this. It's just a whole bunch of gooey, ooey cheese, melted, a little bit burnt on top. Obviously salty from the bacon. And I guess she also put oregano on top and a little bit of salt and pepper. It's delicious and it's pretty unique to this part of Europe.
The cheese got cold so fast, but it's delicious. I wish the bread was kind of toasted.
Yeah, I thought so too.
The cheese is very pungent. I love the herbs on top. And this is definitely a Christmas market food. I'm crying because, can you see it? So I'm so happy to be here. I love the pepper. Can't wait to devour more things.
Now, of course, when you come to a Christmas market, you always have to get a hot drink. So you can get alcoholic or non-alcoholic drinks, but of course, the best is always alcoholic, either mulled wine or different kinds of punches. And we got an orange punch. I'm not even sure what kind of alcohol is in here, but it smells and looks amazing. It doesn't really taste like orange. To me, it tastes really fruity. There's a hint of booze, but it's not very strong. It's already getting cold because it's like, I don't know, probably 3 degrees outside. It's really windy, but it still warms my hands up at least a little bit. Delicious.
So cute. These are very traditional. Growing up, we always would get these booths. And by the way, the first market we're at is at the Belvedere Palace. And that makes it super pretty because it's such a nice, beautiful, festive atmosphere right in front of the palace. Right?
Yeah. Super beautiful. So right now we're at the Stephanplatz Cathedral Christmas Market, and it is absolutely beautiful. This is located right downtown, so it's extremely easy to get to. Being Canadian, I did not grow up with Christmas markets, unlike Anya, so whenever we go to a new Christmas market in a new country, it's always an experience. I think we've been to Christmas markets in 6 different countries at this point, and they very rarely disappoint. So it's something that we always love doing when we're in a new place. In Vienna, here, it definitely does not disappoint.
The Christmas markets in Vienna are actually some of the ones that are open the earliest in the year. I think these ones opened mid-November. It's currently the 22nd of November. In Germany, some of them aren't even open yet. If you're coming to Europe to go to Christmas markets, I would definitely recommend come early because the further it gets to December or to Christmas, it's gonna be packed. It's already busy, especially on the weekends. So if you want to avoid some crowds, come in November to Europe to go see Christmas markets.
So one thing to keep in mind when you come to these Christmas markets is that they really jack the prices up quite a bit. So expect to spend a pretty penny when you come here. Here at this particular market, there's a couple different food options. There's one place that sells soup in a bread bowl, there's a sausage and schnapps stand, and a couple others. But this time, we're going to wait on the food because we still have a few more Christmas markets coming up. And now that it's becoming almost dark, we want to show you what the Christmas markets look when they're lit up and look bright and crazy and amazing at nighttime. So we're going to head to one of those now. Let's go.
We're now at the Winterdorf at Theresienplatz, or the Christmas Village. And this market is quite old school. It has a lot of little huts with a lot of local stalls. Yeah, it's very romantic. I think it's one of the locals' favorites. I don't know, that's what I read online.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cute little handicrafts everywhere. There's some homemade liquor, different kinds of foods and stuff like that. It's just the vibe. It's a whole Christmas vibe. I can't imagine coming here and not getting into the Christmas spirit. We got ourselves another snack. This is Sissi-Bällchen, or I guess in Germany it's Quarkbällchen, right?
Quarkbällchen.
Yeah, that's something that we always used to get in Germany. That was one of my favorite snacks, actually. We didn't usually get them at a Christmas market, but there was a little stand that used to be by our house and I loved them. So.
But they would always be there in the winter.
Yeah, it is kind of a winter thing, right? Yeah. But yeah, apparently Sissi was the Empress of Vienna at one point and the Queen of Hungary. They look the exact same, but the difference is they actually have a vanilla sauce on top and there's some sort of like candied violet?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? I don't know. Let's see. They look delicious. This is a big bite. Can I get this whole thing in my mouth? Oh.
Why are you doing that?
So if you get these, don't do what I did and try to put a whole one in your mouth because it is way too big. I think 2 or 3 bites would have probably been ideal, but yeah, this is such a nostalgic case for me. I absolutely love these. And I really like the addition of the vanilla sauce as well. That gives it a nice extra little sweetness to it, but yeah, delicious.
So these are kind of like donut balls made with, I suppose quark is like a cream cheese kind of thing. Could be a bit more fresh, but delicious. Then we try these candied violets.
Jesus. Tastes like soap.
A little bit, yeah, but it tastes good. It almost looks like there's a nut in there, actually. I don't know. Maybe this is just candied almonds or something with violet color or something, but yummy. We're now at the Christkindlmarkt, which is, I think, one of the biggest, or maybe the biggest, and the most popular market in Vienna. And it is beautiful. There's all these lights, it's so romantic, and there's a nice carousel. Is it beautiful?
It's super beautiful. Definitely one of the most beautiful Christmas markets we've ever been to, anywhere in the world.
Yeah, it's really festive, and it feels Christmassy. We got another hot drink, which is the Feuerzangenbowle, and it's a traditional, I think German, but I guess Austrian drink as well. Basically, I think it's normal mulled wine with spices and all that, but they put a rum-soaked sugar thing on top and then they light it on fire. So then the sugar drips on top. And I also got a shot of amaretto. because you can always get a shot of rum or amaretto and make it way better.
I tried to get both.
Yeah, I tried to get both because I thought it said and, but it said or, so, but let's try. That's exactly what you need when it's cold and your hands are cold and everything. So good, so delicious. I don't really taste the amaretto that much. Could have given a little bit more, but should I put this inside and let it melt?
Bite it.
Sugar. It's really good.
You can also get white mulled wine as well. It's delicious. They're all delicious. I feel like you can't go wrong. As long as it's got booze in it, it's hot, on a cold day like tonight, it's absolutely perfect in a Christmas market. Sets the vibe.
Whenever you go and get mulled wine or anything like that, you have to pay a cup deposit, which is €5 here, which is quite steep, but you get it back when you bring the cup back, or you can keep the cup. I actually read before that it's theft if you keep the cup, but it's really normal to keep the cup. And they have so many different drinks. If you don't drink alcohol, they have Kinder Punch. They have other like berry punches and hot chocolate, but also loads and loads of different alcoholic ones like orange, Mozart, and I think Apfelmost is something quite special in Austria, which is kind of like apple cider. But yeah, you definitely have to drink some hot beverages. And this white wine, delicious. Fun fact, this Christmas market got its name, Christkindl, from basically the Christmas baker in Germany and Austria and other places that brings the gifts, which is not Santa Claus everywhere. Christkind means Christ child, and therefore it's basically Jesus, but it comes in the form of kind of like a blonde angel looking person, and it brings the gifts. Not everywhere in Germany. I had Santa Claus, but especially in Bavaria, in the south, and I think also in Switzerland, many families, especially Catholic families, they celebrate and they have the Christ child, Christkind, come to the house, and that's the one who brings the gift, and it's not Santa Claus. Because Santa Claus is St. Nicholas. He comes on the 6th of December. We got something that I grew up with, not like this, but this is Bratapfel, or I guess baked apple. We got crumbles on top, which I think is just like granola and some vanilla sauce. And I used to eat Bratapfel baked in our like stove oven, like I don't know, in Germany you have these tile ovens. I don't know what they're called in English, but we put apples in there. I've never had this at the Christmas market before, so this is not something I see in Germany a lot, so that's why I had to have it.
Tastes like childhood?
Better, because we just put apples in a stove and like bake them, but this is like, it tastes almost like apple pie. I don't know, especially with, yeah, it tastes like a deconstructed apple pie because you have the apple and then you have the crumbles. This is not just granola, this is actually like dough or like, I don't know, biscuit or whatever. And with the sauce, it just tastes like, yeah, an apple crumble, apple pie. It's yummy.
Well, I'm not German, so I've never had this before. Didn't grow up with it, but it totally reminds me of like an apple crumble or something like that. Yeah, that's amazing. Totally delicious. 100% tastes like an apple crumble, or as Ani said, a deconstructed apple pie. Just being fancy, but yeah, nice crunch from the granola. It's a really sweet sauce, and the apple is so soft. Yeah, this is delicious. I think this is something that you should definitely try if you go to a Christmas market in Vienna. you can even rent a pair of skates and go skating here in the middle of this park, which is pretty cool. We were watching people skate around and I was a little bit jealous because I can't skate. But
you're Canadian.
I know. Should be my blood, right? But no, I can't. But pretty cool.
Something you have to get if you go into a Christmas market in Germany or Austria or a fair is roasted almonds or roasted nuts in general, because I've gotten those since I was a baby, basically always. And I was scared that they didn't have them here because I couldn't see them. In Germany you have like so many stands, but finally I found them. And we got coconut ones, coconut almonds, and they're gonna be delicious. Sweet, yummy, and you always get them in a little cone like this. And they have cashews as well, they have peanuts, but almonds is the real deal. And if you've never had them, you should just get the original ones, I think. But since I've had them multiple times, coconut's delicious.
One thing you should definitely have if you're ever at any sort of German or Austrian Christmas market, of course, is a Wurst. But pretty much for any event, I feel like for anything in Germany or Austria, you would have one. But we decided to get a Käsekrainer because that is one of the sausages of Vienna. We actually had one, I think, in our Vienna food video, so you should watch that if you haven't seen it already. They are absolutely delicious. They're made from pork, and they also have little bits of cheese inside. And yeah, they are delicious. And this time we got it inside of this massive loaf of bread. And it's really soft. So far, I think this is one of the best things that we've had because you can almost never go wrong with a sausage. It's fatty, it's really cheesy. When you bite into it, it's got that nice snap that a sausage should have. One of my favorite things about a sausage is when it has that snap. And this bread is so nice and soft. And it is freezing out here, so it's nice to warm your hands up with this hot sausage in your hands. It's so good, though.
I can't even chew because I'm so cold. It's so good, so juicy. The bread's really, really good for like a stand, like a sausage stand. You can get these anywhere in Vienna, and they're a bit cheaper elsewhere. But I guess when you're at the Christmas market, when in Rome, when at the Christkindlmarkt,
€8 here. And
yeah, it's €8, and I think elsewhere it might be 6 or something like that. Yeah. But it's worth it. This is a good sausage, and that's coming from a German. If you like this video, make sure to check out our other Christmas market content and watch all of those videos.
And of course, as always, make sure you give it a like, write us a comment, and by far the most important thing, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. But for now, that is it, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye!
Bye! Merry Christmas!